I think that the thing that I marvel at the most is when I watch these men, quote unquote, in action, when I see them at retreats, when I see them assisting in parishes, giving talks. I'm sort of astounded. Sometimes I can hear things that I've told them that they're saying, or their professors, other professors have told them, but I also hear how they've assimilated those things. They're not just parroting. And the way in which the truths of the faith, the way in which their personal prayer life, their contact, their daily contact with Christ is now being translated to a group of kids or to adults. I think what astounds me the most and makes me so terribly proud, but also so grateful to God, is the way in which I see them now acting more and more like priests. I see these men acting, because they're more proximate to the priesthood, acting in a way that I'd want to see a priest behave. The one thing I can't make happen, as I say to the men all the time, is I can't make you a friend of Christ's, right? That happens by virtue of His grace. That's charity in the life of the soul. But I can't make you want that and seek that. Their spiritual lives are in no way any longer dependent upon an horarium that I keep for them and make them hold to, or the structure of the seminary. Because when it's no longer here, or when we're on break, or when there are moments in the day in which they're free, I just see them constantly pursuing Him. That's astounding. I mean, what priest could want more from the men that are under his care than that? Because their relationship with Christ is not dependent upon Father Cowther, Father Bittner, Father Christian, Father Winslow. That's their relationship now. And it's left my hands, in the best of sense, right? The thing flies and I don't have to do anything. We just made the introductions.
Back in high school, which is when I was applying for the seminary, I was going to spiritual direction with Father Cowth. And it was in that time that I actually got to learn about the seminary before the seminary ever kind of came into existence. It was just a pitch at the time that Father Cowth had told me about it. I said, Father Cowth, I feel like God's calling me to be a priest. He's calling me to go into the seminary. And he pulls out this huge book and it slams right there on the desk. And there's this concept for this idea. And he has all these plans drawn up and he's met with an architect and he's talking to the bishop. And so that's the first thing, was it going from an idea to an actual thing. And by actual thing, I mean 8 guys in a house with Father Cowth. And so then it became like this homeschool family. It became this very unestablished sort of deal with men from several different backgrounds. And it still is an establishment with men from several different backgrounds. It has become less of this small house with a priest living in it to being an actual seminary where men are going to be formed today and hopefully well into the future by our Lord's providence.
So there are 5 guys that are going to graduate this year. 2 of my brothers will go to Rome, and the other 3 of us will hopefully go to Cincinnati. So yeah, we're very excited. It has been 4 amazing years of seeing my brothers change greatly, see their virtue increase, their love for God increase, and also noticing little things in myself as well, that through them and the reflection that they put of myself, right? I can see myself in them and how we act and interact with each other. They are really the perfect mirror to be able to see what I need to work on. So yeah, I've seen many different changes in myself as a person. Mainly, I would say in the spiritual life. I think St. Joseph College Seminary is a fantastic place to train young men to love God more, especially in the liturgy. When I entered, I knew God wanted me to enter the seminary, and I had enough inkling that I wanted to be a priest and that I wanted to pursue this vocation. But over the past 4 years, I think that has been confirmed.
I do feel very well prepared in the sense that hearing from the other seminarians that have gone on to theology, they have said how much St. Joseph's has helped them with entering into theology because of the formation we receive here intellectually, in the human aspect, in the pastoral aspect, in the spiritual aspect. All of these things go to theology and they just sort of help the man, if you will. They help him in his studies in theology because they are far more difficult. It is graduate school. So that is something that's consoling for me because I do have struggles with academics as it is. So knowing that because I have the formation from St. Joseph's, the good formation they provide here, and I can take that to theology, it gives me a little bit more confidence to be ready and to take it on and to approach holy orders quicker.
I think at least one of the things I will miss most is being formed by both my peers and also these amazing priests that are over top of us. It's going to be hard once we go out into the parishes and no longer have these brothers up constantly close to us, giving us advice and everything, and our priests constantly forming us, and we have to kind of do it ourselves. But I think that's one thing that I will miss, just the very tight community and getting kind of instant feedback on how you're doing. I think also I definitely will miss just the fraternity, which is just super close, and all the guys are so close.
To be graduating during the year of St. Joseph, that's very awesome. That's a blessing. I feel humbled in some respect because I'm graduating with the Alphas, and they're sort of the founding class, and I'm sort of just tagging along. And so I'm sure it is very special to me in a large way, but certainly for them, since they were the first class of the seminary. Now they get to graduate on the year of St. Joseph. But I'm also a St. Joseph College seminarian, so to graduate in the year of blessings of our patron, that's special. That's a sign of providence again, and it's nice to see that unfold. Sometimes you can't put it into words other than thank you. Thank you to the fathers, thank you to the sisters, thank you to my brothers. Thank you to all those who have played such a large part, particularly the faithful in their prayers. I just feel watching, in a sense, my life this past 3 years through God's eyes unfold. It's nothing but God's work. I'm very thankful to be the beneficiary of that work. And I know it's for the church and the greater glory of God, and so I'm just waiting. I'm on the edge of my seat, just waiting to give it back, be ordained a priest, and to re-impart that grace back to people. But for now, while I'm in this enjoyable time of seminary receiving, I'm thankful to all those who are the ones giving, and I look forward to be the one to give to you, to impart God's grace to you. So, thank you.